our first news story of the week is that the Bad Batch has returned on Monday. Lucasfilm dropped the trailer for the brand new season 3, which is the final season of Bad Batch. 15 episodes of the season are going to begin coming up in just a couple weeks, February 21st, with a 3-episode premiere. Season 3 will air the finale on May 1st with an episode entitled The Cavalry Has Arrived. In addition to the 3-episode premiere, there will also be a double episode drop at about the halfway point of the season, with the 7th and 8th installment called Infiltration and Extraction, respectively. I don't know, maybe it's respectful. We don't know. We haven't seen the season yet. And they will be shown back to back. The trailer revealed not only Emperor Palpatine with some of those cool red guards that those of us who are Gen X remember seeing in the first photos of Return of the Jedi, but the surprise return of Clone Wars favorite Asajj Ventress. Nick, what was your response to seeing the new trailer?
Well, much to the disappointment of so many people I love in social media, the number one thing I freaked out about was not Asajj Ventress. Less familiar. She's awesome. Great character. I know so many people love her, and I will not dump on that character at all. It's just not one of the things that ticks my radar. So that's fine. But what I will say is I'm excited for the show to be back overall. I've said many times, Bad Batch, original Clone Wars, not my thing. I've become more and more the Bad Batch arc in Ahsoka or Clone Wars season 7. And when real Bad Batch season 1 dropped, I was hooked from the beginning. The first 2 seasons, I've loved every bit of it. We wrapped up last year dropping Mount Tantus, which as a, original, EU universe person, like that name has meaning. Like we're going to get some episodes that deal with cloning and Mount Tantus. And what does that mean? So it's tying those threads together. And I think dropping little, morsels and tidbits for some of us older Star Wars fans that still connect to it. So I'm just honestly excited it's back. I'm ready for more weekly Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it has been quiet, really quiet. And I honestly, I kind of feel like it's a good thing. I think it's good that there's been so much space between our last Star Wars. Ahsoka ended, when was that? September, I think it was, or October? I don't recall. I think it was October. And it has felt long, which is hilarious because for you and I, 3 years was the norm between Star Wars. But I will say one of the things that I'm really excited about is because, and we've said it on the show 100 times, one of the great things about the Disney era of Star Wars is all the entry points, all the different doorways for people to become fans and to watch things. And Bad Batch has become my son's favorite Star Wars. He loved Clone Wars, but when I told him Ahsoka was coming, he was excited about that. When I told him about other things that are on the horizon, he was excited. But when I told him, Jack, this morning the Bad Batch trailer dropped, he was excited. I mean, so I'm excited because not only, to your point, Joe, we're going to get weekly Star Wars once again. Me and my 11-year-old boy, we get to hang out and watch Star Wars together. So I'm super excited.
You can't beat that. And I think it's also cool too. And I've said this, certainly we did some weekly shows during Bad Batch season 2, talking like the art that goes into these shows. I appreciate more and more the artistry of these animators and these creators that make these animated shows. It's beautiful. And the music, like it's such a completed, like, it's a great art to enjoy. So even if it isn't my favorite topic, I'm still here for it because they're giving us, we said we get this cornucopia of Star Wars goodness that just keeps getting dumped in our lap. And this show is no exception. I love the storytelling, the family aspect of it. I'm even wearing my Dad Bat shirt tonight for that very reason. Yes, let's go. Let's bring on let's drop it tomorrow. Let's start watching.
Well, before we let that headline go, I got to ask you, what do you think? Did Tech survive or not? What are your thoughts?
I don't think Tech survived. I think that we have to have some finality somewhere, some finality somewhere, and there's room for that story to move and it to affect the characters and not just bring him back, Chewie showing up 20 minutes later in the ship that didn't blow up.
Okay, well, I'm going to go on record saying he survived. I don't want him to. Okay. I mean, I want him to, but I'm going to say he didn't. He did. So, all right.